Hey guys, let's talk Orient dress watches. Are they worth your time? Are they worth your money? Let's do it. While I'm taking this watch off my wrist, if you like what you see in here, feel free to like the video and check out my YouTube channel and especially subscribe to it because I often post watch reviews that are honest and unfiltered of watch brands and their collections. And of course, it'll really help out the channel. So I have here the Orient Esteem Open Heart watch. And I want to use this watch as a base to talk about Orient, the brand, their dress watches, and determine whether or not they're worth having in your collection. So let's go through the goods, the bad, and the ugly. But let's first start with the brand, Orient. Who exactly are they? Now, Orient's a Japanese company that dates back to the early 1900s, but today they're actually owned by Seiko Epson. Yes, the same Seiko that makes everything from cheap quartz watches to mid-tiered Presage lines to very luxurious Grand Seiko and Creedors. And so you're certainly having a very strong parent company backing this brand. And the value add that Orient has to the Seiko lineup is that if you're looking for a Japanese manufactured in-house Japanese movement watch, but you don't want kind of that Seiko branding on the dial, which I think some people do take issues with, then Orient is a great alternative for you. Orient, the name itself sounds quite luxurious. Even the logo with its two lions and the shield looks rather nice. And so you're certainly, to the common man, going to think that this watch is a nice, fancy watch. When in reality, this is actually a $100, $150 watch. And most of the dress watches come quite affordable, and they're really known for punching above their price point, especially the Bambino line here. Let's go into some of the goods. The Japanese are great at polishing, and the Orient watches are no exception. In fact, you can see the light, the way the light plays with the hour markers here is kind of ruining the focus of my camera, but it's very nice high polish. It's not quite mirror finish or Zaratsu or anything fancy there, but for $100, you're getting a lot for your money. And the hour markers themselves actually are quite three-dimensional. You can see that it's has three faces to it. It's not just a single slab of metal. The movement itself at the open heart portion, you can see the escapement beating away there, is polished, and of course it has a polished ring, so I appreciate the attention to detail there. The case itself, while simple, is quite nice. I really appreciate any time a watch brand's case design has a flank cutting the girth of the case. Makes the watch look thinner than it really is. I'm not a big fan of the glossy leather strap that you get here. You do get a signed pin buckle. I do actually like the underside. It's quite nice and it's quite supple, and I enjoy that. You also don't really get a transparent case back on many of these Orient Bambinos or dress watches, and it's not such a large miss here because Japanese movements in general just are not well finished, and they're quite industrial looking. And while they are in-house, they're not exactly anything to behold if you were to be able to see them. A lot of the lower tiered Orient watches actually don't even have hacking complication. You can see I pull the crown here and the second continues to beat, but they do have pretty nice time setting action here, and at plus minus 10 seconds a day, do you really need the accuracy of hacking to set your time? I don't know, but it's certainly a missed feature here. The glass is not sapphire, of course. For a $100 watch, you wouldn't really expect that. It's a mineral glass. So in general, at a macro level, this is a great value watch for $100. Especially the Bambino line and even this Esteem collection here. What do I take issue with? Now, let me see if I can get the light to show, and I think just about here. You can see the dial, while normally it looks like it has a sunburst effect, you can see it looks quite plastic and grainy at certain lighting, and you can almost see the way the hour markers are laid out on the dial. Because the dial is so thin, it's actually causing some distortion at certain points on the dial itself. And so this is kind of what I would expect out of a cheap fashion watch out of Dillard's, not so much what I would expect out of Orient. And this may be just this particular watch or their open heart pieces that use this particular dial, but it is a miss on Orient's part. It really does show the difference between a $100 watch and a upper end Swiss or Seiko Presage line watch. Again, you can kind of see this plastic effect here. It's not a solid sunburst effect, and it's not consistent. So that's going to be my hugest issue that I take with this watch. In general, Orient dress watches punch way above their price point. If you're looking for a dress watch, but you don't have the budget to buy something fancy, but you still want an in-house automatic mechanical watch, then Orient's a great deal for you. But especially with this point on the dial, if you're someone that wants to acknowledge the worth of your watch and really enjoy the craftsmanship and the luxury of having a mechanical timepiece, then you may find it hard to find time to wear this watch if you already have a core collection. So Orient dress watches, good value for money, but certainly at certain points it does show that this is a lower end watch.